Good afternoon from a very sunny, very warm, very windy, so I've got the washing out. Catkins just all over the grass, which is a real shame. Shoulder doing pretty well. Back on the platform on Saturday, Peterborough. First of all, a big thanks, I believe, to the best of my memory, and that ain't really good. Jim, it's what I do, and Martin, Devon Coy. I'm pretty certain you were the guys that suggested tightening up all your fittings. I thought I'd tighten them all, and I hadn't. As a result, my bubbles have gone down to about 3% from 100%. So, eternally grateful, guys. Thank you very much for that. Basically, I just went round every single fitting with a pair of locks, channel locks, and just nipped up everything. Nipped up the jubilees all over the place, all everything. And would you believe, it all disappeared. So thank you for that, guys. Let's go somewhere else. Now this. Good afternoon from a grey, warm, breezy, no rain, and not Peterborough. So this is the final look of the water feature that myself and my mate have produced. Without further ado, let's have a look at it. Right, individual elements that we focused on. So you know about this log, this acts as a seat. Feet can go in there to cool down. Milk churn, couple of logs. We've got some lights in place, but the distance between these lights is quite restrictive. I would have liked this light around the other side, but there's simply no room. So this one, we're going to try and get some kind of flickering effect off the water. This one sort of aiming towards the trough, and then this one hopefully looking up at this horsetail that we've produced. We really can't get any more power out of that, and to be honest, I don't think it needs it. We wanted to just get a little horsetail coming out of it, and that sounds really nice. It is very windy, so I can only apologise for that, but we're well happy about that. And then just to cover up some corners, we've just placed one of these galvanised pots. Hopefully get some climbing plants that will head towards this trough and maybe up this wall. I'll go around this side. Nothing much to see here. Plants that need to go in there. The sleeper bench that you know about. These are the sensors for the lighting. Power is still need to be connected over there. This is why we're using an extension. Round to this side, similar effect. Another pot there to hold these back, and a liner, so just try and disguise it best we can. We've just about got this in such a state where we like it. That's so nice. First light. Second light. Still got the cable to cover up. And the water comes down here through a pinch point just to tighten it up, and then you get a gentle babbling effect here, and then a further light at the bottom. Couple of trees, couple of branches. We do need to get some moss, and we need to force the moss into these little cracks to allow the moss to spread and grow. And then following the path of the water, hopefully the birds will settle on here, take a drink or even a paddle, and then the water disappears into this culvert. Overall sound very, very pleasing. Very happy with that. A little bit of an extra pot there. This is because we had an excess of cable for the pump, and we just had an idea to hide it there and then basically cover this up. So not too bad there. Found an old hinge, so my mate fastened that just for a bit of aesthetics. The two valves are wide open from the single pump, so the flow one way and the flow the other way are wide open, and we're currently running at 82 watts and 42% I think it was. So I did want it below 100 watts, so 82 watts is exactly where I wanted it, so happy with that. Overall effect from that direction and from there. So my mate and his wife, very happy. I've really enjoyed this project. Easily the biggest one I've ever done, but yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. We worked well together, and I got some sandwiches and crisps and lots of tea, so you can't argue with that. So in the meantime, thank you from Terves. I'll probably see you back at Peterborough. Bye. So since I've had my 20,000 running, and it's been working really well by the way, despite the losses, and the way things are going with power, I now have the choice of running 3 pumps, or I can actually run 1 pump. If the price of electric still keeps going up, I can shut down the upflow. Yes, there are pluses and minuses. Yes, I'll get bits in my water, but I won't be using a pump. I can shut down this pump, in which case I won't be able to run my shower off that, or a return there, or the water blade, which is just there. But I can actually reroute the shower through this valve, hello cat, and these 2 returns, in which case I would have one 20,000 pump running, and I could shut 2 pumps down. Well spotted Phil, Telford Koi Pond, about having dead spots in my biochamber. Couldn't figure it out at first. Oh, still gardening, that's what it looks like when it's cleaning. There you go. So I couldn't figure it out at first, and then I realised I've got about 130 litres of media in there, so I could actually take quite a bit out and therefore reduce any dead spots. I did revert back to running 2 pumps, a single pump for the bottom drain and a single pump for the biochamber, but still the power issue with the electric and the gas is still paramount in my mind. So despite the fact that I've got dead spots, I can lose the dead spots by losing a quantity of media, and I can also run, as we stated, 1 water pump and 1 air pump to run the system if things get a little bit tight. So what I'm going to do is calculate how much it's going to cost to run everything, and then how much in probably in wattage rather than cost. So how much wattage to run everything, and how much wattage to run 1 water pump and 1 air pump. I'll probably do that later. What did you think of that water feature? Well happy. I absolutely love that. Just need to get some plants in when he gets back off holiday, but well happy. I'll get back to you. So you probably noticed that my upflow control box is here. That was just to provide a bit of space there. Not so sure if I didn't mention it before, but that's the reason why it's gone. I've also dug out my old stainless steel gravity return from the shed down the bottom end of the garden, and I'm in 2 minds whether to swap it back, because I think that's just a bit, it's too high. But in the meantime, if I do get some plants, some watercress or water mint, something like that, I might change my mind again. I'm in a mind changing mood at the moment. So like I said, to sum up, Jim and Martin and probably a few others, so I'll hold my hand up and say I'm sorry, but if you did mention tighten up the fittings, thank you from the heart of my bottom. Upflow working well, skimmer working well, drum working amazingly well, no more bubbles, cat's working. We just need to reduce these costs, people. So if we've got any cost saving ideas, like turning pumps off and rerouting pipe work in order to do that, let me know. In the meantime, 2 jabs, 2 boosters, look after your family, stay safe, and goodbye.